Good day, welcome to Block 929. My name is Ted, and if it's your first time to join the channel, please don't forget to subscribe, share, leave a comment, and also like the video. My daughter is here. She's actually watching me doing this video. It's good that she's here also because what I'm talking about here is very important. Um, a couple of days ago, I did a video, more especially, I should say, last week, I did a video where I went home to my home village, I bought a car, and it was a very exciting moment. By the way, I'm sure you have noticed that the quality of the video is a bit different. I'm actually using my daughter's phone. My phone is always giving me some problems, and every time when I'm doing a video, it cuts off. I think there's just not enough space in my phone. I just don't know how to fix it. If you have an idea of how to fix these smartphones when it's got a lot of volume in there, to fix. Sometimes it says it's getting hot. I don't know what's going on. So maybe you've got an idea about what's going on, so you can help me. I would really love it. So leave a comment there. Just drop a comment and tell me uh, how to solve this problem. Yeah, but anyway, I'm using my daughter's phone at the moment. So going home to my village is because we are lucky here in Africa because almost everybody has got homeland. Where they come from, like a village. And at the village, almost everybody has got land. You can actually farm and grow stuff, or if you keep cattle or whatever. But what is happening nowadays, because we are being modernized, most of the people are moving from the village, they go to the city, and when they get to the city, they study, they look for jobs, do businesses, and once they start making money, they buy land there and forget about home. And that's what is happening almost in every country. People forget about home. And you struggle in the city, not while knowing that you have land at home which you can utilize. And for myself, at our home village, we are so many of us, a young generation, a lot of us, and all of us are in the cities. And there's only two people there left. My mom's sister's children, they are living there. There are two of them. So when I was doing the video, I was addressing them as sister and brother. So yeah, my mom's sister's children are my brothers and sisters. So these two, they do look after the land there. So what's happening is that because we've got so much land, and these two cannot be able to farm that land, so they borrow out that land. And what they do, people come and they pay money to use the land for a year to grow maize or whatever they want to grow. And there's some of the land which they can't even farm at all, and they don't want to borrow it up. So what has happened to that land now? It has turned into forest. So when I went there, I did a portion of the video. I think some of you watched and you saw me sharing the videos, and you saw the forest that I'm talking about. You don't normally see forest in Malawi, but we've got a very thick forest there. And so when I went there, I had to sit down with it. The piece of land that they are farming, they farm themselves because they don't usually have money to hire people to do the farming for them. So what they do is they work. My brother, that day when I was going to buy a cow, I had to wake up at 3:30 in the morning. And at that time, he had already woken up, went to the farm. So he wakes up 3 o'clock in the morning to go to the farm, and he comes back 5 o'clock in the afternoon. You can just see how these guys are working. They're working very, very hard and looking after our land. And without them, then we will never have a homeland anymore, because then the chiefs there, they will take our land and they will give it to other people. So these two people are what are still maintaining the legacy of our, forefathers who had managed to get this land. And without them, really, we have to appreciate. So for me, it has always been bugging me to say, but Ted, you need to do something. You need to preserve your homeland. So that's why I went there. So we sat down that day when I went to, I arrived at home. I did a few videos. I showed you the beekeeping that they're doing. So I was orienting myself with what's happening. I showed you the animals they were looking after, and I also showed you the farm. So that day in the evening, we had a meeting. So I took some notes. We did a business plan. And I know so many people, more especially in Malawi, they like to critique when somebody shares information and they've been like, what knowledge do you have in the cattle industry and whatever. I am one of the persons that knows how to use the phone. So I get information from the phone. YouTube, Google helps me a lot. So whenever I'm trying to do something new, I do my research. I work on. Up to now, I'm still working on learning more about cattle farming. So yeah, some of the people might think that I don't have any idea of cattle farming. Let me tell you, I'm getting learning so much. And another thing, these two, my sister and my brother, they grew up in the village, and those days when we were young, we had almost 50 cows, 50 cattle. So, which means that they are experienced, they know what they're doing, and they can always just recall, and then they will be able to do this thing. So, my forefathers, my mother's sister's husband is the one who managed to secure the land in those days. And he called his mother in law and my mom and their sisters and brother to come and live there. And that place was a farm at the time. I think I was very young at that time. I was maybe around 5 years old, before I was born, maybe, and it was a farm. It was called Musanti Nyodole Farm at those days. So when we came and we were sitting this evening, we said, okay, we want to revamp this place and we want to turn it into a farm. The three of us will start and see where we go. And we decided to give a name, and then the name was decided that we will maintain the old name, Musandi Nyodole Farm. I think Musandi Nyodole is a Chichewa word which means don't gossip, I think, gossip about me or don't talk bad about me, something like that. Um, Now, uh, we 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 did the business plan was eventually to fatten the cows and sell them. And we want to the target at the moment by this December, this end of this year, we should be having in total 10 cows. So what's happening there is that my sister has got two cows, and they are all pregnant. Um, and then my brother has got one cow, and it's already got a little one. So when he bought it well, it was pregnant already. So it's got a little one. So in total, there is four cows. So my sister, in maybe by end of next month, should have four cows because the two cows are pregnant. So there will be about six cows now. And now I have added one, which is now making it five cows. So there will be seven by the end of next month. So the target is to have 10 cows at the end of the year. So what is happening is that I am going to do most of the investments because they have already started with their investments. My brother having two cows, my sister having two cows, and me I've added one. But I'm going to do the major investments, whereby the rest of the cows, by the end of the year, I will have added myself. But also, what we're doing, because I've added one cow, the kraal where the animals are living, I think it's 3 meters by 3 meters, it's too small. We are going to make it bigger. So next month, I'm going there to make it bigger. So it's going to be about 10 meters by 10 meters. So by the end of the year, we will have 10 cows. So, which means that in the next 3 years or 4 years, we will probably be reaching 30 cows. So the target is in the next 3 years we have 30 cows, and then we will also make sure that we have a bull in the crowd. And the plan is that also instead of taking the cows to the field for feeding, we are going to be feeding the cows in the crowd. So I am going to come up with ideas. I'm bringing one of my generator there, taking it to Balaka, and then I'll also design a machine that will produce animal feed. So during the rainy season, we'll be going in the bush to go and get animal feed. We'll be preparing it and storing it, and then we're going to be feeding the cows. So hopefully this whole works. So 3 years in this period, we'll be feeding the cows. We want to have 30 cows by the end of 3 years. Now, if After that, if we have 30 cows, it means now every year, every 2 years, we will double that number because those cows are going to have babies. So every 2 years we'll double that number. So after we've doubled the number, the whole goal is that we should be able to sell animal for beef, cattle for beef, at least a minimum of 3 cows a month. And we will also add into a process of whereby we'll be buying cows at that time. Every time we sell cows, we'll buy cows, and then we are going to feed the cow, and then for 3 months we are going to sell it. So the whole business is that in the future we will have earnings of not less than 1 million kwacha a month. So minimum of 3 cows that we'll be selling. So obviously we might be selling 5 cows and more than that. So, but a minimum of 1 million kwacha that we'll be making as revenue every month by then. And another thing is also that we should not forget is because they're cows, they will be producing milk. So I think on average, I think a cow. Let me just quickly check. Tamala, check for me on Google. Check how much milk does a cow produce. You know, like a breastfeeding cow produce a day. But I was told that it's about 20 liters a day. So we will be producing, if we have more than 30 cows, we are going to produce a lot of milk. And that milk will be sold um, to the nearing town, which is Balaka. There's a lot of people that wants milk every morning. So what you do is you get people, they register. So every morning you deliver milk. At the end of the month, they pay you for the milk. There are a lot of people, businesses there, shops, and in the market that will be buying the milk. So we will also be producing milk for sale. Although our animals, what does it say?
It says beef cow. A cow
Yeah.
produces about 11 to 2 gallons of milk.
So it's 11 to 2 gallons?
Of milk per day.
Okay, 11 gallons. So I don't know what is how much is a gallon. So yeah, can you check how much is a gallon in liters? Because here we're using liters. So yeah. So yeah. So if it says 11 gallons. So you can see yourselves that we'll be making money. So um, um, my title was how the cows are going to bring in passive income for me. So it means that I'll be in Lilongwe. My family is doing business. Yes, they're selling milk. We're earning money at the end of the day. So the money we are making from the milk.
So 11 gallons is 41 liters.
So a cow can produce 41 liters. Just imagine. So you just imagine if you got 30 cows or more, how much liters we'll be producing. And I'm living in the city. They are selling milk there, and okay, out of the money that we're making, I'm no longer putting in money to help the business. The milk is produced, they're producing. They're able to now feed the cows, look after the cow, look after the veterinary. Because at the moment, there's things like costs of looking after the cows, which I'm supposed to pay. I'll be sending 20,000 every month home to look after the cows, to cover things like veterinary and handling, and then we have got a contingency there. And my family, they are not going to be paid for now until we start now generating the cash. So once we started generating cash, they will have a salary that will earn every month. The rest of the money will be kept in the bank. And every year we're going to look at all the money and then we are going to say, okay, so how much are we going to reinvest in the business and how much are we going to split among us? So that is for me earning passive income. That's the idea. So, and then by the time we're reaching 3 years, when we have the 30 cows and we are also able to sell and then buy and fatten and sell, we will start earning at least not less than 1 million a month from our cows that we're selling, plus adding with the milk. So this is actually the plan that we're having. And this plan is a 7-year plan, which means that after 7 years, we're going to come to the look and say, do we want to continue or do we want to split? We sell the cows or we continue or whatever. maybe myself, I'm gonna pull out after 7 years because my idea is to retire after 7 years. So I'm using this process also for me to learn how to look after the cows and others. Because when I retire, I want to continue doing this cattle farming. If after 7 years things are still okay, we are still working together, and we want to continue, I'll still continue with them. So this is how that's the business plan that I was talking about. Then the idea is that when we start selling the cows, we are not going to take the cows to the market. We are going to have a market on our premises. So people now know that if they're looking for cow for beef, they can come to us. I will do a lot of marketing on Facebook, so that people can know about our cows, and then they can come from different. Some will come from Blantyre, Lilongwe, Cheu, everywhere. They will know that we are selling cows. And our cows are going to be of good quality because they are not going to move up and down. They'll always be fat and well healthy and well looked after. So many people ask, say, Ted, do you have any knowledge in this? I'm going into this without any knowledge, and what people shouldn't forget is that I'm going into this as an entrepreneur. I'm not going into this as a farmer. I've got two farmers there, my sister and my brother, who are going to look after the cows. They know everything. They work hand in hand with the veterinary people. The veterinary comes there to look after the cows, and whatever information they need, they consult with the veterinary people. So yeah, for me, I'm there as an entrepreneur. I want to help them to grow the business. I'm sharing my expertise to the people in the village there to grow the business. At the end of all this, my family will have transformed again. We will have created wealth, and I'm sure it's also going to attract the younger ones to start looking back home and say, "Oh, the home is now being revamped. So what can we do? We have so much land." And then we also talked about the farming land that we have. I'm going to put in some money. We are no longer going to hire out our farm, and we are clearing out all the forest, and then we are going to start farming there. We will also assign area that we will be growing animal feed. So some of the feed we are going to grow ourselves to feed our cattle. It's a big farm. Next time I'm going to share how much hectares or acres, whatever it is, with you. I don't understand much about hectares and acres, but I'm going to go there and we're going to do some measurements, and then we're going to let you know how much acres or hectares we have there. So yeah, so I just wanted to share this. All right, so there was also somebody who asked me and said to me, Ted, why do you always title your videos African Americans and British, Afro British, and Afro Caribbean? My channel has been around for a long time. If you go and check on about section for my channel, you see that I've been there for a long time, and it has taken so long to grow my channel. And I discovered that whatever I was sharing, it was not actually attracting a lot of views for me until when I discovered about African Americans who were moving to Gambia. So the moment I started talking about African Americans and diasporans, my channel just shot very quickly. And up to now, even if you I go and check on uh, where I get the views, 70% of my views are coming from uh, America, Britain, and also from those who are in Jamaica. So it shows that the content that I'm sharing attracts these people a lot, and they find it very interesting. So that's why you see that most of my videos are targeting them. And I'm sure they will also even love this video that I've just shared now, because most of them, they want to come to Africa, they want to start something, and then they want to learn more about Africa. So by me sharing this kind of information, it actually helps them a lot. And there is also some African people who are following me, and I really appreciate. And I'll be doing more videos also targeting them, and to share some of the knowledge that I have, the little knowledge that I have. So yes, keep on subscribing. Don't forget to like, leave a comment, because if you like and leave a comment, you help my channel to grow. I don't need much from you. I just want you to comment and like the video. Yeah. Thank you very much.